Hello and welcome back to Thoughts, Feelings, Emotions. I'm your host, Dan Weller, and joined with you as always by our excellent co-host, Danny Fankum.
I'm a potato.
We know, and we love you for who you are. Let's start the podcast off with what the F have you been up to? What have you done the past week you would recommend?
Still watching Invincible and the Falcon and Winter Soldier. You can watch our Falcon and Winter Soldier reviews up on YouTube channel, and then our big one will be next week. Or this week, because it's the Friday that this is recorded. And then I've also been watching, because Disney Plus added My Name is Earl to its streaming list. And I've been watching that. If you don't know what it is, it's about a man who is a terrible person, does a load of bad things, and then wins the lottery, gets hit by a car, goes to a hospital, and then learns about karma and trying to do the right thing, and then goes and writes a list and writes a list of all the bad things he's ever done and goes around trying to correct those so that he can hopefully be a better person. And then this was like between 2005 and 2009 or something like that. And then it ran for 4 seasons and it got cancelled on a big cliffhanger. So
Of course it is Fox. They like cancelling everything.
yeah, but I'd watched this when it originally came out. I was just rewatching it because I enjoyed it the first time. And it's on Disney Plus and there's no ads now, so I can watch it quite easy. But no, it's good. I still enjoy it. Very interesting. And then I've also been playing Temtem, which is a Pokemon knockoff, but it's on a PlayStation. So
Oh, okay. That sounds reasonable then. Was it any good?
yeah, it's co-op, so I've been playing with our friend Mike. And it's just enjoyable. I don't know anything about it. I don't know how any of the fucking movesets work. I've just been I've just picked a Temtem, and then I'm just beating the shit out of some dumb fucking looking monsters.
I mean, it's the best way of playing a game. Just not know how you're doing it.
And with friends, because it's co-op, and it's a massive multiplayer online thing, and it's continuously getting stuff added to it. So, what about you?
Well, this week I finally watched Taken for the first time.
You haven't seen Taken?
No.
But you know of the memes, right?
Oh, I will find you and I will kill you.
Yeah, you know the memes.
I know that one.
Did you know it was from Taken?
I think I did at some point, but I forgot.
Or did you think it was every
I
generic Liam Neeson action movie where he's a man and he has to avenge someone?
I think I did know, but I forgot. And then when I rewatched it, I remembered.
It's a good film. The other ones are kind of but I still enjoyed those.
I'm still going to try them out this week at some point.
I enjoyed the second one. The third one's meh. It's not
the third one
good.
seems a bit weird, considering it's like, as far as I read the synopsis, he lost his freedom. And that's
No, they take his wife. They don't take his daughter, they take his wife.
Isn't the second one it takes him and his wife?
I think they take his daughter again. I can't remember. It's been ages since I've watched those films.
Oh, I'll let you know when I rewatch it. Anyway, I did enjoy it.
That's
good
good.
Thriller. Couple of plot holes.
It's a very good fucking movie, to be honest.
I just wonder what happened to all the other girls that were also abducted. Were they just left there?
Oh yeah, 100%. He didn't care.
He got his daughter back. We're like, nah, screw you lot.
He saves a girl and then leaves her in a room.
Because the police don't seem to care.
No.
So, like, well, they're all dead.
Also, if you do watch the third one, there's a particular scene where Liam Neeson climbs over a fence, and there's about 19 different shots of him climbing over that fence. Because of how old he is and how it's meant to be an action film, so it's meant to be like quick, fast, and he's meant to be running and climbing, and then it's just like 19 different shots all in quick succession in about 4 seconds or something like that.
He can't do it because he's old, basically.
Yeah, so it's just a load of shots to try and pretend that he can climb over a fence. So when you get to the third one, that's a scene you should keep an eye out for.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Okay, fair enough. Then the final thing, I rewatched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Season 7.
Hey, I watched that a couple weeks ago. Very
yeah,
good.
I mean, I watched it like last year.
I hadn't watched it because it wasn't out anywhere, and I was like, well, it's coming to Netflix at some stage, hopefully.
It was out on E4 in the UK, on the British television. I managed to watch it then.
I don't have a TV license. Well, my mum does, but I don't watch TV on traditional television anymore.
Yeah, anyway, I rewatched it because, it's fun. And I still like it. It's still good.
Yeah, it wasn't my favourite season.
Nah, but it's still got enjoyable episodes.
It has fun stuff in it. I just thought it was a bit overall.
Anyway, that is it for our weekly
news updates of what we've done.
Thank you.
It's called What the Fuck Have We Been Up To? But you can't swear, so you say What the F Have We Been Up To?
Yeah, I kind of just got really confused.
In our notes.
I'm in one of these moods where I just can't think of words, which is great when doing a podcast. Anyway, let's go on to why.
Also, I'm finally getting a haircut on Saturday.
Yay!
After 6 months and one failed side hair cutting. I'm finally getting a haircut.
One failed side haircutting.
Well, not really a fail, but I had my sides done because I did it at home and I just got my mum to do it, and I was just like, fuck it, I need my sides done because they're way too puffy and they stick out too much.
Yeah,
and so I
yeah,
had
get
the
that.
sides and the back done, but I left the top because I wasn't having my mum touch the top because I was like, if she shaves the top too short, then I'm fucked. So I just left the top. But the sides can be as short as they like because as long as the top's good, it looks fine. But then I had the sides cut, and then it took like another 3 months after that. So I was like, fuck, my hair's gone long again. So finally, I'm getting a haircut.
You clearly love your hair.
I think it makes me look good. I'm not one of these fuck boys who puts a load of conditioner and fucking everything in it. I think it generally makes me look better if it looks good.
I mean, I think except for everyone.
And I need everything going for me because I'm not that attractive.
I will find someone one day who likes you for you.
No, she has to like me for my hair. That's all I care about. I'm shallow. She doesn't have to like me. She just has to like my hair.
Fair enough. Let's go on to why does this exist? This week we've got 2 topics, and the first of which is HBO have released a Snyder Cut Trilogy trailer. Sorry,
Right.
a Snyder Justice League Trilogy trailer.
Right.
And it's not
Which
really a Justice League trilogy. It's just a trailer dictating Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Justice League.
Oh, right.
And why would you release a trailer for 3 films that no one's watching right now? Or going to watch? I don't know.
Because they're riding that hype train of release the Snyder Cut. So if they release this, they'll just... Everyone who's dumb and doesn't know movies will think that's what all the fans are talking about.
I'm pretty sure the hype of the Snyder Cut has died down now.
No, it's still there. If you go on any Warner Brothers post, it's still under there. These people campaigned for 3 years to get this film. Do you think they're not going to fucking continue after they get what they want?
Nah, they're going to continue. They want the Snyderverse restored.
He doesn't want the Snyderverse restored. Let the man make his Army of the Dead trilogy, which we'll get to later.
Yeah, he wants to move on. He hates Warner Brothers.
No, he doesn't hate Warner Brothers because they gave him the opportunity. He hates the fact that his daughter died and he had to step away and then they butchered his film.
I think they would have butchered it anyway. They butchered the second one.
It's still a mess, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
I think,
fine.
yeah.
The new one's fine. It wasn't worth all of the amount of effort that it took to get it, but, let a director have his vision originally, and then you won't have to deal with this.
Yes, very true.
Now all we have to do is campaign for Ant-Man director Edgar Wright to get his Ant-Man movie again.
Oh, that'd be great, but that's not going to happen.
No.
Marvel wouldn't give in.
No, they've got a fucking trilogy. They've got a fucking universe all planned out and for
Yeah,
90 years.
They don't tend to have problems with their films, and even the Ant-Man that came out wasn't bad.
Nah, it was possible.
I would say it's better than passable. I liked Ant-Man.
I enjoyed it. I think it's high up. I think it's high, but a lot of people think it's possible.
Yeah, I know. They're
think-
weird. Let me just insult everyone.
I can't. I don't know why I was shrugging. People can't see that, but
Anyway, the other one is there's a webcam that dares you to ask, what if the
no Picticon had flesh.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a webcam that is shaped like an eye and blinks and moves and has eyebrows. So this was made by a person who also made a phone case that had skin-like texture cover, and it had little sensors in it, so when you touch the skin, your phone would show where it was touching, and you could feel like it was flesh. But this dude created it and you can buy a kit if you want, and you can make it yourself.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to cover a webcam with realistic-looking plasticky skin with a blinking eye and an eyebrow, it's like a little square tube.
I can now say the word is pronounced panopticon.
Panopticon.
Yeah.
Nice. But basically, he created it because he was like, well, with everyone using webcams now, there's the missing element of human eye contact. So I'll create a webcam that looks like a human eye.
Yeah, it doesn't work. That's really creepy. Don't do that. Please don't have this in your house. If you have this in your house, you're a weirdo.
What, you wouldn't do it for this podcast? For people who don't know, we do this across the web with webcams.
No.
the first couple episodes, we didn't have webcams, and you could tell because there's so much delay, and I had to cut it all out, and it sounds like we're high.
Maybe
No,
we were.
we're on speed because we're just so fast because I cut out every pause.
Yeah.
But I think this could work. I would be so fixated on it like I am right now. Just my face keeps looking at it, and I'm just like,
Nah,
he's got a
I'm
point.
good.
It does work. It does work.
I'm good. I think it works with any webcam. You can just buy a webcam and it will work with it.
Yeah, you just paste it over the top, I think.
Yeah, it's just creepy though. It's got a mechanical eyeball inside.
Yeah.
Nah,
I
I'm
mean,
good, fam.
Yeah, look it up. It's certainly interesting. Certainly interesting.
Absolutely. Anyway, that's it for the weird section. Or is it? Let's go on to headliners. With the first one being Stream That Movie News Into My Head.
Dun dun dun.
The intros will be here one day, folks. I promise.
One day we'll get Dan to actually fucking do something for this podcast.
What do you mean?
Forget the fact that he edits this. But I find all the topics.
Yeah, but you know what's more interesting than I do.
Yeah, I have my finger on the pulse of pop culture.
There we go.
That pulse stopped ages ago, but you know.
Anyway, the first one, we talked about Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder says The Army of the Dead is a director's cut and there will not be a Snyder cut.
Yep, he's getting out there before all the people go, what did Netflix do to fuck this movie up? He's basically gone, look, this is my vision for this movie. You don't have to worry. And we've got the trailer as well when we come to trailers for the new one. Looks fun. I actually look forward to it. It's like what Zack Snyder should do. There's a big old zombie tiger.
It might be quite good. I haven't actually seen this trailer yet.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's basically they go into Las Vegas to steal money from a vault, and there's a zombie pandemic, and they have to get to the vault to steal all the money.
I think I would watch it.
I'm looking forward to it. It comes out soon.
You said on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, okay, I'll watch that. May 21st, apparently.
Yeah, looks a lot of fun. It's just like, did you ever play there's like a zombie game where it's like a massive mall and you're like there's hundreds and hundreds of zombies. I think it's Dead or
pretty much describing every zombie game ever.
Yeah, but this was like one of the first ones. I can't remember the name of it. It was like I think it was maybe an Xbox one. I can't remember.
No, probably not.
But it was like just a mall and there was just hundreds and hundreds of zombies and you could just whack them with crazy like weaponry and everything. And there was like I can't remember what the name is, but I'm sure
assuming the film is going to be R-rated.
Oh yeah, probably. I'd imagine that would be a thing. Yeah, but it looks good. I just want to see what happens with the big cat, the big tiger, because there's a big zombie tiger, and I want to see if that just gets decapitated or kills a man. Either way, I'll be happy.
We'll wait and see, but you never know. Maybe this is what COVID will turn into when it mutates.
There is a film that is based on what COVID is, like 5 years down the line.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember the name of it, but there was a trailer for that, and I can't remember what the fuck it was called, but it looked actually kind of interesting, but it was way too early to release a trailer for that because it was like mid-pandemic.
Right. And then the other random news for this week is Fast and Furious 9 is apparently going to open up in China a month before the US.
Yeah. We've also got a trailer to talk about for that. They're going to space.
Probably. Wait, what? Actually?
It looks like it.
Oh, for goodness sake.
They've become self-aware at this point. Also, this is part of a trilogy, the last 3 films of the thing, so is what they've said. But yeah, it will be definitely interesting to see, because basically they've gone, this movie's been delayed again, I think. It's now coming out in 2022, I think, so...
If I'm honest, I don't think I've seen one since the 4th film.
Well, then you're missing out on the good ones.
I've seen 1 to 4.
You need to watch 5. 5's the best one. Then 6 is alright. 7's pretty decent, because that's the last one with Paul Walker. 8's alright, and then this is 9, and 9 we don't know yet.
Can I watch them anywhere?
I think they're on Australian Netflix.
Well, good old VPN. Luckily, yes. This is sponsored by a VPN. No, it isn't. I wish it was.
Yeah, we really do wish it was. Please, sponsor us.
Yeah.
We'll take your money, even if it's not one I currently use. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll promote it. I'll promote it. Give me a free subscription. It costs me money.
Right, let's go on to some Marvel news.
Yes.
So, apparently, Black Panther 2 producer rules out a Chadwick Boseman camp.
Chadwick Boseman. Don't disrespect the dead, man.
This is unfortunate.
Quick, don't cut it out, but I'll redo it. Black Panther 2 producer rules out Chadwick Boseman cameo.
I don't know.
So basically, they're not going to do a CGI recreation of him.
Yeah, I mean, this makes sense. It's pretty obvious.
I'm sure they've already said this before.
Yeah, I'm sure they have too. I mean, I never doubted this. Like, it's going to be just the same as many other films.
Yeah, it'll probably be his sister takes over, or they'll have Zemo blow up the UN again.
Oh wait, imagine if Zemo is actually part of Black Panther 2.
Well, they got rid of Andy Serkis's claws, so he can't do it.
It might actually be. That'd be great. I'd actually really enjoy that. Maybe it is.
Maybe. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see it. I imagine this movie's going to make billions.
Yeah, because we won't spoil
Falcon and the Winter
Soldier.
Soldier.
It. Thank you.
We won't reveal what happens, but you can find out on our spoiler review on our YouTube channel.
Thank you. Thank you for the plug, Danny. Appreciate it.
I try. Going into trailers, we've already talked about Fast and Furious and Army of Dead, but there's been a new trailer for the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
Yes.
Did you watch this?
I did watch this one.
I actually really enjoyed it, because I really enjoyed the first movie. And I
think this one I'm going to enjoy more than the first movie.
Oh, if you watched the first one. I
have seen the first one, yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed that movie. I went and watched that in cinemas. It was a lot of fun. It's Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson just being mortal enemies, but also working together to kill Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
I was going to say Gary Busey, but I was like, that's wrong.
No, I actually really like this trailer. I think it's going to be quite good. Good chemistry between him, or Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson, and Penelope
Selma
Cruz.
Hayek. I don't think it's Penelope.
No,
it's Selma Hayek.
Racist, accidentally.
I think it's Selma Hayek.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Hang on.
I'm sure it's Penelope Cruz. At least the first one.
Might be. I think it was Selma Hayek. I might be wrong as well. We might be.
No, you're right. It is Selma Hayek. She looks very, very, very similar to Penelope Cruz.
Hang on. Let me Google Penelope Cruz. I don't know who that is. For anyone at home, please feel free to. Oh, fuck, she comes up. Well, first thing when you type in, oh yeah, she does look very similar.
Yeah, I was like, it looks very, like...
Do you know what's almost? There's a picture of her and Selma Hayek right next to each other, and it looks like twins. So that is, no wonder you got confused.
Yeah, they got the exact same, like, maybe not the same head, but the same face.
Facial structure, the hair's different.
Yeah, but like, well, if they both had the hair up, you couldn't really tell the difference.
Well, this is fascinating for an audio podcast. But yeah,
I'm not racist. They actually look the same.
Google it; it's on there. Even Google thinks we're right. But no, it's I generally thought it was a lot of fun. I liked the beginning where it's like Ryan Reynolds' like horror dream, where it's like he's just presenter of Bodyguard of the Year, and then just everything goes wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a better story to it, maybe a bit more outrageous and more stupid. But I want
to know what happened to his girlfriend, because his girlfriend took him back in the last one, so what the fuck did he do to ruin that?
I don't know. We'll wait and see, but I think, if you watch the trailer, it's definitely setting up the Hitman's baby, Bodyguard.
Oh, yeah. I hope that's a thing. That would be sick.
It definitely is.
It would be, you haven't watched it. God damn it. Fast 8 scene, that if people know what I'm talking about with Jason Statham, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Thanks for that one.
You don't know what happens, but I won't spoil what happens. But anyone who has watched Fast and Furious, Fast 8 or Fate or whatever the fuck it was, yeah, you know what scene I'm talking about. A full movie of that, I'd be down.
We'll wait and see. I reckon it will happen, but we have to wait for it. Right, let's go on some casting news of the week. HBO's The Last of Us TV series that I know you're kind of hyped, not so hyped for.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, that one.
But with all the casting news that they've had, it looks like a very different take. But if they're doing a different take, then why make it The Last of Us characters? Why not just make it a story about people in the Last of Us world? That's what I don't understand. Because they've cast Gabriel Luna, who people might know from Ghost Rider in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., as Tommy. If people don't know, that's Joel's brother. I don't think it's a bad casting choice. I'm still confused as to why, if they're going in such a different direction with the casting, they don't just make it a different plotline from the universe, not the same story. But they keep saying it's going to be different, but the same. So I'm like, okay, I'm cautiously optimistic, but I have nothing against the castings. The castings are all decent. They're all pretty well-known actors and actresses and whatnot. But I'm just kind of like, why not just do a story based in that world, not that story?
I mean, we'll wait and see. I don't really know much about it. I don't know.
Would you watch this before you play the game?
Probably not, because I was so into finish the game and I don't have Disney Plus anymore. So unless the game comes to PC, I'm probably not going to finish the game.
What do you mean Disney Plus?
It's been a long week. I mean, what'd I say?
It will come out. You said Disney Plus. You don't have Disney Plus anymore.
I meant to say PS Plus.
That's what you meant. Yeah, I was like, what? You have Disney Plus, because how would you watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
All right. It's late. I'm tired. I managed
So you don't need PlayStation Plus to get it. It's like £5 if you buy it.
True, but I do have it free on PS Plus if I want to get it, because I got it on when it came out free.
But the thing is, I want to know how long this TV show is going to be, because the game's about 15 hours to play.
They might have 2 series. Oh no, I don't know. I won't see.
Well, The Last of Us 2 is about 22 hours from
really?
start to finish. Yeah, it's a long game. Like you can watch it all on my YouTube channel, on my gaming one, because I live streamed it. I live streamed playing The Last of Us 2, and it in total for me about 22 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, from start to finish. I did die a couple times in some areas, but that's the average runtime. I think it's about 19 to 22 hours is the average for people on like normal difficulty. And then The Last of Us Part 1 now is about 9 to 15 hours, depending on what difficulty you do it, and how fast you speedrun it and cut through all the campaign and stuff. Like, if you don't explore, you can cut it down to about 9 hours. So, I want to know how much they're fleshing this out, because if they're doing like an American pilot thing, it'll be about 24 episodes.
Yeah, but HBO don't do that many episodes, they usually do about 10.
Yeah, so I don't know if they'll be able to like fit everything in.
Well, I imagine they're going to try to set up multiple series. It depends how much it is to produce the series.
I wonder if they'll flesh out certain characters that don't get as much. But actually,
Maybe.
wait, is Tom? Yeah, I think Tommy is Joel's brother.
Anyway, let's go from HBO to Netflix. And Netflix is making a live-action Gundam movie with
Gundam.
Jordan Vogt Robots directing.
It's Gundam. We'll get comments.
Oh, okay, that's going well.
Not Gundam.
Ah, shut up.
It's Gundam or Gundam.
That makes sense, actually. It is. I am really tired recording this. All right, please don't hit me in comments.
Yeah, but this is from the Kong Skull Island director. So Godzilla vs Kong was great, and King Kong Skull Island was great. So hopefully this movie will also be good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know anything about it.
I don't know Gundams. I'm sorry.
Neither do I, but
they're big robots. That's all I know. They're big robots the teens pilot a lot of the time, like Power Rangers and Voltron.
I mean, we'll wait and see. Like I said, we don't really know what's going to happen with this. Maybe we'll watch it. Probably won't.
Well, I'm still waiting for, because the people who own Godzilla and King Kong also own what's the name? Pacific Rim. So I'm waiting for that team up movie where Pacific Rim robots fight Godzilla and Godzilla and King Kong.
Oh,
it kind of happens in big clumps of CGI smashing into each other. What's not to love?
Yeah, of course.
And then speaking of things to love,
Lord of the Rings TV series budget is $465 million for season 1 alone.
Yep. So they paid $1 billion to get the rights, I think.
It's a lot of money.
That's more than the actual original trilogy cost to make.
I mean, how much money is it going to make them? Probably not that much.
I imagine it's going to make a lot.
Well,
I'm going to watch it. I'll fucking watch it. I'll watch it.
But it's not going to make any money as a TV show on Prime.
No, you think of it. People will buy Prime to watch this.
Yeah, but how many people already have Prime? I suppose Prime is quite expensive, but
yeah. But they're just doing it so people become loyal. It's a loyalty-based thing. People buy it or use their Prime to watch it, and then they might go and watch something else. It's the Netflix approach, or the Marvel approach. You just have all the popular thing on there, and then people maybe stick around and watch all the shit you have on there.
Yeah.
Because you already have the subscription service, because you're buying it for... Like, think of how many people bought Amazon Prime for The Boys, and then maybe went and watched something else.
I mean...
And then you think of how many people bought Disney Plus for The Mandalorian. It's the grab people and get them to watch, and then people maybe stick around or forget to cancel their subscription.
Just for a quick reference, this is 5 times the amount for Game of Thrones Season 1.
Yep.
What CGI are they using in this?
It's all practical. I imagine a lot of it. I think they're doing a lot of practical stuff.
But
because that was the original Lord of the Rings. There was very little CGI in that.
Are they paying the actors a lot of money? Who's acting in it? Have they said?
There's a lot of no names. I don't recognize them. They have done a casting, but hang on.
Yeah, but $465 million to produce. Yep. That is a lot. Even for practical effects, even for a no-name cast, that's a ridiculous amount of money.
Right.
And I imagine season 1's going to be like 10 episodes, probably?
Right, so they have cast Robert Aramayo, Morfred Clark, Joseph Muley, Markella Kafana, Tom Pucci, Emma Horfan, Nazani Bondiandi, Ismael Cruz Kovoda, Fuck, I'm butchering a lot of these people's names. I apologize. Owain, Arthur, and a lot of other people that I don't recognize from Hollywood.
Well, it's all well and good spending this much money, but what if this TV show's a flop? Because people might not like what they're doing with these characters. I think what is it? It's a prequel, right?
It's like set 100,000 years or something before the events of the Lord of the Rings.
So is it to do with like the Battle of the Five Armies?
No, this is way before The Hobbit. This is
before
like
right at the start of the whole thing.
This is like the beginning of the.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think this is cover the start of the ring being made and stuff.
I think maybe before that. I think this is before the ring gets made, and then it's like the rise of Sauron and shit like that.
Maybe.
There's very little details of actually what this plot is, but I think that's the baseline that people are speculating, because they've said it's very, very, very early in the cycle of Lord of the Rings. Like right at the beginning, basically.
Well, supposedly it came out in 2021. We'll see if that's true.
I hope so. I want something to watch. I want to watch this. I like The Lord of the Rings. I don't like The Hobbit. I still haven't watched the final one.
You're just that bored of it already.
I fell asleep so many times watching The Hobbits. Granted, I was up at like 5 a.m. watching them. But still, I've done that before on movies I liked. And I did that with the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I managed to stay awake. They're not engaging.
Well, you're not engaging me now. So let's go on to we've lost the controller of the news.
Dun, dun, dun.
And the first one is Naughty Dog is reportedly working on the Last of Us remake for the PS5.
Yeah, I don't know why.
So are they remaking the first one, or are they remaking the second one?
No, they're remaking the first one. Because the first one's from because they're based. I imagine what they're probably going to do is upgrade the graphics. But the thing is, there's a PS4 version of The Last of Us already.
That's my point.
But I think what they're going to do is, because it's a remake, so they can rebuild the combat system. I think they'll just rip The Last of Us 2's combat system, which is the improved version of the combat system from the first one.
And put it into the first one.
Yeah, and they'll make all the animations smoother. They'll basically probably add all the movement systems and all the animations from... Like, if you watch The Last of Us, like, animations, they're fluid and really, like, precise. And, like, when a character opens a door, they actually grab the door handle and push it. Or if they run into it, they slowly brace themselves so they can bash it out the way. Like, they'll probably just do all those little details. They'll make it look nicer. I don't know why they need to do this.
Yeah, it seems a strange thing to spend money on, because I don't know how much money it's actually going to make.
I reckon if they're doing this, they'll release it at the same time the HBO series comes out, because then they'll have a fresh new version for people to come and play if they want to play the game. I imagine that's what they're trying to do, is they want, oh, look, The Last of Us TV series, it's based on a game. Hey, you want to play the newest game? It's out.
Well, at the minute, there's not enough PS5s to go around, so it can't be played on a lot of people, because there's still a high demand for them.
Yeah. But the other thing is, I think the studio behind Days Gone was reportedly working on trying to get a sequel to that made, but Sony basically shut them down and forced that studio to kind of work on a new thing.
Right.
And a lot of people who were working at that studio also went on to move on to this, because Sony's kind of only focusing now on big AAA titles.
I suppose it makes the most money.
Yeah.
The Spider-Mans, the God of Wars, The Last of Us.
Yeah, but Days Gone was a pretty big title.
Yeah, that's true.
Yet they cancelled the sequel to that, but now they're working on a new IP, I think, the studio that did that. And I think a lot of internal studio shuffling's happening at Sony, because a lot of people aren't very happy with them at the moment, I think, from what I've seen. In terms of like how Sony is trying to make... Like, I think a lot of people don't want a Last of Us remake in Naughty Dog, so they're kind of forcing Naughty Dog to make it, even though they don't really want it.
I mean, who wants it? And realistically, do you want a remake?
I replayed the first one. It is kind of clunky. But I don't hate it. I don't see the need.
I feel like it's a stupid question, but are you going to pay for the remake?
No.
Exactly.
I've got it. I don't need it.
Yeah.
I think it's good for people who want it. I might do it if it comes on free for PlayStation Plus. Give it a go. Because I do agree. I do say that a lot of the reason why I wouldn't recommend The Last of Us to people is the combat system is really not that good. I'd say go for the story, but don't go for the combat. The combat is it's not its selling feature.
No.
But I would tell you to pay for The Last of Us 2 for the combat system. It's a lot better in the new one. It works much better. It's fluid. It actually feels genuinely horrible to kill someone because they. That's a positive, because you don't want to kill people in the game. Like, in the game, people yell people's names and start calling out, and they actually react when they find dead bodies, and they say, "Oh my god, what happened to Mark? What happened to why? I'll fucking kill you." It's all that shit. It's like there's actual stakes to killing people in that.
Well, some people may be unhappy with Sony, but some people are happy with Sony because they've just released the first major PS5 update.
Yeah, you can now do manual control on people's voices. So in parties, you can manually control which person you want to mute or volume drop and upgrade people's volume.
Which I feel is a really weird thing to not have.
Well, they do now. They have it now.
Yeah,
there's Discord. You can actually upgrade people's voices and make people louder or quieter, dependent.
I think, well, I know Xbox have had this for a while. Discord's had it for a while.
Yeah.
It's just Sony. They didn't have it for ages. But they've got it.
You can now have an external hard drive hold PS5 games.
Yes.
Before you couldn't do that, and you could only have PS5 games downloaded on. They don't run. You can't actually play them on the hard drive.
Because most of the IPs make use of that high-speed SSD and will not run.
You can plug in an SSD hard drive and it will work.
I imagine.
It has to...
Wait, what USB is it? Is it USB 3.
You can do USB-C or USB 3.
What's the speed, though?
I do not know off the top of my head.
It's probably, to be fair, I think USB 3.1, which I think it is. I think that's way more than fast and safe anyway.
There are tech videos on it, if you want to know specifics. You can now do HDR flick on and off support, so some games don't have HDR, and if you have, it's on all the time on a PlayStation 5.
Right.
So it makes the picture look bad if you have HDR on when the game doesn't support HDR. So you now have the option to toggle it off, or only when it's supported. So for games that don't support it or do support it, you now have the option to have it on. Rather than it just being forced on you. It now supports 120 Hz refresh rate screens for monitors. It will only run at 1080p though, but it will run at 120 Hz per second.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said this for a while. Gaming consoles are not doing 14 or 4K.
They're not designed. They're designed to be an entry into it.
Like they do HD on 120, or they do 4K at 60.
You also have the option to switch on and off the linking your HDMI cable to your PS4. So when you or PS5, when you turn on your PS5, it turns on your TV, or when your TV turns on, it turns on your PS5.
Yeah,
you can now turn that on and off. So if you don't want your TV, when you turn on your TV,
was that not a feature before?
It did do it unless you had something else open on.
Because it always works on the PS4. How has it not worked on the PS5?
They had, I think it was just if you had your if you were on the HDMI that your PS5 was on, it would just always turn it on.
Oh, wow.
But if you had it on something else, like if you had it on a Chromecast, which is what I have it on a lot of the time, it won't just turn on your PS5.
Oh,
but wow. you have to have another HDMI device on for it to not turn on the PS4 5. But you can now turn that on and off if you want. But if you were looking for internal hard drive support, apparently it doesn't work.
I thought you said it did work.
No, I said it. No, when I said my message, I said they have added it.
Right,
but
it doesn't work.
From reports, people are saying that it doesn't work, and it just bricks. It says that you can't. It won't even load up the console, and you have to take it out, and then it will load the console back on.
Oh wow, so, that is really bad.
I'm sure they'll patch that.
How is it that broken?
I don't know. But I'm sure they'll fix it.
For reference, most people can put in an SSD or just a drive into the computer, and the computer won't register it until you go into configuration to register it.
No, I think it's just saying that, hey, look, this isn't properly added in yet. I think maybe they forgot.
Bad.
Yeah. And I think there are a couple other things. People are reporting that the console now isn't as loud because
it's quieter.
Well, there was a thing where when you had a disc in, because it had to check that there was still a disc in, it would run the disc drive.
Right.
So the disc drive would boot up, and it would be like a massive RPM or rotations per minute, and it would just spin really, really loudly.
That's so bizarre.
I don't know why, because a lot of them download onto the console, so you don't need the disc, but you need the disc to prove that you have the disc, so it was just checking. But they've made it so it runs slower now, so it doesn't actually blast the console. And I think there was another thing where when the console boots up, it was really loud.
Right.
But they fixed a lot of that for people. There's a bunch of other stuff that I can't remember or can't see on this. But overall, it's pretty good. They also added a new controller update, so a lot of games that didn't support or had support now work a little bit better. people are reporting like COD and stuff has better feedback and everything.
Right.
So
and then just to carry on the PS5 news, PS5 has also now reached a new sales record in the US.
Yeah. It's now the fastest selling console in, I think, units sold and money.
Yes.
Yeah, best-selling hardware and units and dollars during the March. Basically, only in March. Basically, it's it beat the Nintendo Switch, but it's still.
I mean, at this day and age, if you have the more stock, you're going to sell better.
Well, the thing is, the Nintendo Switch has very little stock as well. So
yeah, I mean, it's a whole problem with all computers are dying.
Well, we'll get to it, but that bloody boat that got stuck in the Canal,
Suez Canal,
Suez Canal. That caused a lot of delays on stuff. So
yeah, which is
but
bad.
We'll get to it.
Bad. But yeah, and then we talked about Nintendo. Mario Kart 8 is now the best-selling racing game in US history.
Yeah, I mean it's an alright game. I've played it.
Is that the most recent one then?
Well, they basically made it for the Wii U, and then because the Wii U was a flop, they ported it to fucking Nintendo Switch, and then it sold really well on the Nintendo Switch because it was a Mario Kart game.
Yeah.
And they added like a deluxe bundle or something where they added a load more maps and stuff. So, I mean, if you own a Nintendo Switch, why not play it? I would never recommend their mobile version, though. It's absolute garbage.
It does. I mean, yeah, it just doesn't look great.
When it launched, you couldn't rotate the screen, so it wouldn't
That's
go
awful.
like landscape. It was only vertical. And I was like, that's the dumbest fucking thing. And also, it was tilt. And it was dumb. I don't know what they were thinking. They could have just made Mario Kart on a phone, but then they would have cut into their profits on Mario Kart. But then if they sold it as a full game, they would have made bank. They're dumb.
I'll tell you what else is dumb, is Epic is losing hundreds of millions as it battles to gain the market share from Steam.
Yep. So, you know all those free games we've been getting, Dan?
Oh, yeah. That reminds me.
That's costing Epic about $330 million in losses every year.
That's mad, because like, how many of the games are actually good that are free?
GTA?
Yeah, but that's not many. That's my point. It's not many games.
They've been having good ones. They've had loads. It's also in terms of exclusive games. So when they have like a exclusive game like Cyberpunk or whatever, when it came, like if they bunch of them, I can't remember them because a lot of them I didn't ever buy because I was like, I don't need them. But when they do those exclusive game deals for like 6 months, that's what also counts. Also, all they need is one person in Fortnite, like a new skin, and they'll make it all back.
That's true. Epic make a lot of money as well.
But yeah, this was reported because of the Epic legal fight with Apple. Basically, Apple went, hey, look, Epic is losing this much money every time they do this because they're trying to fight Steam. And so somehow this came out from that. So Epic paid 505 Games $10.45 million for Control exclusivity back in 2019. So for every exclusive game that they buy, they're paying big cash dollar to. But look, Epic confirmed that players spent $700 million on Epic Game Stores in 2020. So it's working. That accounted for.
I mean, think about it. Like, Epic is becoming more like Steam. You can buy so many more games on Epic now. Yeah.
The only downside is, though, the free games are going to stop at some point, and whether or not Epic has enough control over people and enough game library that people will stick with it is going to be different. Because they're not going to continue this free cycle forever, because it's not sustainable for them, I don't think.
Free game every week? Not really.
Well, I mean, PlayStation does it, but you pay 40 quid.
You pay money for it. It's not just free.
Yeah. I mean, 40 quid for a year for a bunch of games is not bad.
Yeah, only if you play the game.
It is basically Game Pass if you think about it, but it's less effective than Game Pass. So
yeah,
maybe Epic will add a premium tier list or something, and then everyone will complain about that. But I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it's nice to know that Epic is doing this out of their own dollar to give people free shit. Which is Epic's entire thing over like the market.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a way to get out there, back out there, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Also, they do a much better percentage deal for developers on how much money they make off the game.
That's very true. Steam are terrible. I think Steam's like 50% in it, or something more than that.
They changed it because of Epic. They were like 50%, and then they changed it because Epic offered 80 8% or something like that. It's ridiculously high. And I think Steam's now like 70.
Yeah, because
Still not as good.
Steam had a monopoly. Like, if you wanted to sell your game, you had to be on Steam.
Oh yeah, they've basically had Uplay or something crawled back, or one of them. EA or something crawled back, because now you can get them on Steam still. I think it was EA.
Yeah, it might have been.
But yeah, speaking of Fortnite, Brie Larson has posted a YouTube video of her teaching Tessa Thompson to play Fortnite.
That's so stupid.
And the internet went absolutely mad because it's Brie Larson, and controversy always surrounds Brie Larson because men don't like women in movies. But yeah,
kind of true.
I mean, I watched the video. It's perfectly okay. Tessa Thompson doesn't actually play Fortnite. It's just Brie Larson Skyping it over the phone, showing Tessa what Fortnite is. And now you can get a Brie Larson bundle in the Fortnite Epic Store. And I mean, why not?
I mean, yeah. It's got probably something to do with Endgame?
Maybe.
Because
no, it doesn't look like her.
Oh,
it's just it's a hedgehog thing. But there is a Captain Marvel skin in the game if you want it. But her thing isn't an actual. It isn't anything to do with Marvel. It's like this hedgehog-looking creature that's made of leaves or something.
That's so weird.
But yeah, she was showing Tessa Thompson the Captain Marvel skin, and then they had a Baby Yoda pet thing that followed it around. So it was like the crossover of the century.
Well, of course it is.
Speaking of crossovers of the century, though, Dan, your favorite show, Rick and Morty, crosses over with Rainbow Six Siege. You can now buy a Pickle Rick skin in Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, Pickle Rick!
I hate my life.
Why is this a thing? It just didn't need to exist, did it?
No, but you can now get a skin that's a rat with ribs and a pickle, and he's wearing body armor and a gas mask, and he has an Uzi, and yay!
Yeah, didn't need to exist. This wasn't needed.
No, but there's also Scromflamite. Is that a character from Rick and Morty? Because there's two characters apparently. One's Pickle Rick and one's another character, but I don't know what the fuck the character's name.
Oh, I think I know what you're on about. Yeah, it's just I think it was like one of the alternate realities for Rick.
Oh, well, there's also a skin for that. So good. I've never watched Rick and Morty. I will never watch Rick and Morty.
It really isn't that bad.
I just don't want to at this point. It just does not seem like my type of thing. I may watch Solar Opposites. That's as close as I'm gonna get.
I actually enjoy Solar Opposites more than Rick and Morty.
I certainly enjoy the fan base because they don't exist.
Not yet, anyway.
No, maybe we can start it, Dan.
Yeah.
But in other news for gaming, Capcom has concluded its ransomware investigation. Back in November last year, Capcom was hit by a server cyber attack that saw personal information, Intel briefings, and game details compromised and held to ransom. Following a few updates in November and January, Capcom has now issued a lengthy explanation of exactly what happened and the steps it's taken to prevent it from happening again. So, yeah, bad.
Yeah,
bad people. Bad people take stuff, is all I can say. I didn't even know this happened. All I know about Capcom is they're releasing Resident Evil 8, and people are very horny for that vampire lady who's 8 feet tall.
To be fair, though,
you like being stepped on by vampires. We all know. We all know your fetish, Dan.
I think that's a good place to end it. And let's go to tech time and science shenanigans. And the first of which is NASA has released a new image of Mars' blue dunes, and it is, quite the sight.
Yeah, it's rocks in space.
Yeah, I mean,
and they're blue.
It's quite pretty.
Yeah. Was this taken from the Mars rover?
I don't know if it was the rover or if it was the helicopter one.
Oh, the little drone thing.
Yeah, well, it was the drone one, and there's another one I heard recently. I forgot what it's called. There's rumors of it. Apparently, it's in crisis or something. I don't remember what it's called. They sent like another helicopter over there that was basically guiding the whole flight in the first place.
And
apparently it's like crashed now because of the blue dunes or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you want to look at some,
it's quite a nice photo, really.
Just wait until the internet makes it an NFT.
Oh dear, it will be a thing, won't it?
Speaking of things, Dan, what's our thing?
What's our thing? The thing is, the Play Pulse 1 is an all-in-one exercise bike. There is now a games console / exercise bike, so you can do exercise while you're playing games.
And entertainment system.
Yes, you can also watch TV, of course. But who cares about TV? You can play games.
Question is, Dad, does it only work if you pedal?
Imagine. You're in the middle of like a tense combat scene and then you get really tired and have to stop and then your game just freezes.
But yeah, this is looking to be the all-in-one exercise bike where you can play games, watch TV, and cycle. And I mean, I've seen cheaper versions of this in like gyms where it's like the little shitty you run on a treadmill and then there's a little video that plays in front of it and it's meant to simulate running, or there's a game where you have to try and hit a certain point with how fast you're going and it speeds up and you hit that. And then
I mean, this bike actually has a game controller built into it. It has like very similar buttons to, I think, well, it's similar colors to PlayStation. Actually, I think it's more similar to Xbox, actually. It's A, B, X, and Y.
But yeah, the game, they're not AAA games, so don't think. But there's pedal tanks, capture the flag and win war in an epic multiplayer online battle arena. Bumper cars. What you do get is bumper cars in space. Heat Street. Navigate colorful worlds, wisely use your powers-ups to gain tactical advantages and find the best shortcuts to beat the opponents. And Helios, a roguelite runner, explore new worlds with Helios, your trusted spaceship, collect valuables and resources, and upgrade as your pilot a ship across planets.
To be fair, the games look quite good. They look a lot better than the ones you get in the gym.
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting design.
However, it is it's $2,000 to buy, and you have to pay £20 a month.
Yeah, following a trial period. So you get that trial period. Also, they're all sold out, so you can't get them.
Who would have thought? Games constantly sold out. It's not like this happens often.
No. But yeah, other than that.
And to go on to our Boston Dynamics weekly news.
Oh, yes. Updates of Boston Dynamics robots being spotted in the wild because you can buy them. And random people on the internet can buy spot robots and post videos to YouTube.
Good old spot robots.
So basically, in the news, someone bought a spot dog and made it a beer holder, and its hose comes out where its dick would be, and it's now trained to piss all the beer into a cup. It's
so stupid. It doesn't do it well, though.
No, it's completely broken and it pees all over the floor, like a real dog.
Yeah.
So we're getting there, and this dog only pees beer. So much better for people.
Is it? Is it better for people?
It still stinks and sticky, but, you know.
It's beer.
People will probably drink it. I don't think you drink a dog's piss. But yeah, I don't know how people are still getting this. It's like $75,000, so...
Well, going from robot dogs to cyborg monkeys, Neuralink has now got a monkey to play Pong using only its mind.
Yeah, so this is Elon Musk's Neuralink company, and they've managed to wirelessly, implant electrodes into a monkey's brain, and then they slowly taught the monkey how to play Pong by feeding it like a smoothie through a straw. And then its brain patterns were monitored and recorded, and then now it's wirelessly controlling a controller and playing Pong. Very simplistic, but still fucking impressive for a monkey to do.
Imagine if this becomes the future of gaming. You don't use your hands anymore, you use your mind.
No, the future of gaming will be the exercise bike, Dan. Get real.
Of course. No, I'm just thinking, like, when you're 80 years old, you can't move your hands anymore because you've got arthritis in your hands.
Yeah.
You can have Neuralink implanted in your brain. Just stare at your screen all day, and you play games.
We'll be all wired into the Matrix. Don't worry, Dan. It will happen. It will happen. But yeah, it's impressive technology, and I mean, it's fun. Who doesn't want a monkey playing Pong?
Yeah.
Now we just got to get him on GTA.
Why?
Who wouldn't want to see? Who wouldn't want to see a monkey play GTA, Dan?
I mean, if a monkey can play GTA, it's a long way from Pong, and I'm now scared.
Maybe. Did I not add that?
Pong is a very basic game, and they're kind of feeding it by you get rewarded by not dying in the game.
Yeah.
And it's very simple controls. It's up, down. It's not like GTA where it's forward, right, left, back, sideways, up, down, shooting guns. A lot more complicated. And to carry on the Elon Musk news, it's now public transport in Las Vegas, still just humans driving cars slowly in tunnels.
Yep. So Elon Musk has promised the future of transportation will be his boring tunnels. And he basically showed off a video ages ago, like 3 years ago, of like this transportation thing where you lower your car drives onto it, it lowers down into the ground, and then it's this vast network of tubes, and it speeds up on this little platform that just rapidly accelerates, and it does all of this. And then this is his current version of it, and it's a like quarter mile or half a mile tunnel under Las Vegas from one side of a convention center to another side of a convention center, and
it's really stupid.
The speed limit's 30 miles an hour. The cars don't drive themselves. There's still a person in it. You ask the man where you want to go, to the east side or the west side, and he drives you. And if you want to know how stupid this is, they got Kylie Jenner to promote this.
Oh my god. Oh, it's gone. Yeah, but like, the whole thing's stupid. One
of the Kardashians. I can't remember which one. But one of them.
They're all the same anyway.
They're all plastic. Who cares?
At the end of the day, it's still driving down a tunnel. It's limited to Teslas.
Yep. And it's really, really small, so you can't fit a bus, so it's only a car.
Yeah.
So
it's also dangerous because it's a tunnel. Tunnels are dangerous.
It's less effective than a shuttle bus, which can carry more people and go faster.
It's just dumb.
Because it's meant to be a public transportation, but you can only fit like 4 people in the car. And so, hey, a shuttle bus, you can fit hundreds of people, like a couple, like 20 people max or minimum on a shuttle bus. And that drives you probably about the same speed at the same point.
Exactly. Really dumb idea.
Also, someone pointed out, why not just get a scooter or something and just scoot across the convention floor or around the building?
I mean, yeah.
Like, if you want to avoid traffic, just pay for a scooter or a bike or something and go from... Because it takes about 15 minutes to still get across. So it doesn't actually make it any quicker.
No. However...
Also, it has to go down and then back up.
It is stupid. But...
Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid. But Tesla have released some details on their new Tesla car.
Yes, and apparently it will cost less than a VW Golf.
Yeah, so it's $25,000 or £18,000.
Will it produce less carbon emissions? Because we all know VW Golfs
it will produce less carbon
efficient.
Apparently, it's going to have 180 miles of range.
Right.
It's going to have their new button cell batteries, or new tablet batteries, I think they're calling it. A normal conventional battery has 2 tabs. They're really inefficient and they're not great. And these new batteries are going to be more efficiently laid out, and they're going to be part of the framework of the car. So they're just as kind of an afterthought. So similar to how the fuel in an airplane wing is the whole airplane wing.
Yes.
So it's a similar kind of concept to that.
I knew that, yes.
Yes, it's similar to that. Big nerd over here. See you there.
Loves the battery.
It's kind of cool. This is just renders. They've not really announced it much yet. It's coming out in 2023, apparently. It is going to be a hatchback.
If it's anything like that boring tunnel, it will be completely different and probably not be as effective.
Well, to put it into perspective, like, there's no other electric cars that are that cheap with that much range. Anywhere. No. And anything even coming out soon, it's still not going to be anything that cheap. If Tesla can do this and pull it off, which I'm sure they will.
They've had problems with their cars.
They definitely have problems with the cars, and it's still in early development. And 2023 is the first date. Likely not going to be 2025.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. However, electric cars are looking bright. Affordable electric cars.
Yeah, I don't know if Tesla will still be the forefront of it.
No, but no one else is affordable yet. No one else has announced affordable electric cars with a long range.
Also, the biggest problem facing electric cars is 1, charging stations, and 2, the fact that every car developer will create their own system, so they won't all be the same system, so they'll have to make a system.
No, it is standardized. There's only 3 chargers.
No, not that. The systems that the cars use for tracking and sensing and all of that. Yeah. They'll all make their own based on the same system, but they'll have to have a system translator to system talk to the other cars that aren't using their system so that they can still do the system functionality of making it safe, rather than if they all just had the same system. If they all use Tesla's system, whilst it would give Tesla the profit and make them rich.
I think Tesla's going to be kind of separate from everyone else, but I think everyone else is going to be very similar to each other because they all buy parts from each other.
Potentially, but
because that's what's happening right now. They all have the exact same batteries.
Oh yeah, but Tesla also had to be forced to standardize because they had to include the charger copy adapter things and that's also a big problem in other countries. In Europe, it's not, but in America, it is because they're all basically different power stations with different connectors, and they all have their own brand. In Europe, it's all standardized in one, or a couple chargers.
Yeah, I think there's 3 or 4.
Yeah, there's
3,
and then
those 3 or 4.
But in America, like, all of them have to have at least those 3 or 4. In America, it's just you can have one Tesla, and it only has the Tesla one. Or
It's
you can
awful.
go. Yeah, that's America's biggest problem facing it, is they don't have it. They're forcing it sort of now, but they didn't.
They have to. Same with Apple with their standardization. They keep reluctant to put the Lightning in. I think their next phone, they have to have a USB-C or not have a charger.
Yeah,
which
is
I
why
think
they won't
is-
have a charger.
They don't
And,
have a
they'll make
charger.
you... and then when your phone breaks and the battery dies, you'll just throw it out and buy a new one.
Yeah.
Because Apple will never let you replace it.
Environment, people. Environment.
And they'll give you it in 40 different boxes.
And to go on some weirder news,
Yes.
soon the internet will make its own cat photos and then it won't need us.
Yep. Basically, there's a website called This Person Doesn't Exist, which uses artificial intelligence to create pictures of people. And then someone took that concept and made it do cats.
Yeah, so these
all of
cats
the
don't
pictures,
exist.
yep, they're all artificially intelligent, and they look bloody realistic.
I honestly wouldn't tell you. I could not tell you they're fake.
Yep, but if you want to do it, yeah. But the human one looks really weird because it's the uncanny valley a lot of the time, because it's
Yeah.
like mashing a load of different people's faces together to make one face. And they do look somewhat real, but there is that weird sort of
look
uncanny
too
valley
real.
way. Yeah, or two, they don't have any life behind them. But these cats,
Well,
look
cats haven't got life behind them anyway.
no, they're all dead inside.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, they're very realistic looking cats, and none of them exist. They're all made by the internet.
Wow.
And soon they'll be able to fucking actually make Cats the Musical look decent.
Right. Let's go on to the Weird, Wacky, Wonderful World, where we have even more weird topics to discover.
Yep.
And the first one is the ever-given Suez Canal has now got fan fiction written about it.
Yep, people are real horny for a boat getting stuck in a canal. Hell yeah.
Of course. I kind of shocked, really. One is titled XX Extra Wide Cargo Stuff's Major Shipping Lane delivers huge payload.
I'm so very glad the Suez Canal said, acidly, that we're doing this live. How conveniently we have a minute-by-minute GPS update so the whole world can see exactly how bad your aim is. There's no need for personal attacks. The Ever Given said with forced patience, it's not like I did this on purpose. So fucking around and drawing a giant dick and balls in the Red Sea, that was the top-notch professional steering. That was foreplay. Hey, this isn't all on me. You know it takes 2 to tango. It's not my fault your bulbous brow is so fucking big. Overcompensating much? Well, it's not my fault you're too outdated to handle the capacity requirements of modern shipping. A frigid silence descends. I can't believe the Suez Canal hissed. That you just said that. I didn't mean it. You know I had work done in 2015. You think expansion projects are easy? Baby, come on. You think I can schedule $8 billion infrastructure improvements like a day at the salon just because you can slap on a fresh coat of paint in a month?
Yeah.
People are horny for a boat and a canal.
I think people are just horny, to be honest.
There's a lot more. I think the erotic fan site or whatever it is for fan fiction's got like hundreds of different people. Some are clever, some are like doing boat play, some are just basically swapping BDSM techniques in for like boats and canals. So there's like some weird BDSM shit that people are talking about. But
I mean, yeah people were horny. I'm kind of shocked, to be honest. I don't know what to say much about this.
It's 2021, Dan. We had 2020 and everyone was locked inside, and now everyone's crazy and wants to fuck a boat.
Well, join us for next week's episode where we get a boat special.
You're gonna fuck a boat?
You never know. You never know. Tune in for next week. Anyway,
I do think what we should do, Dan, is for one of our TBOs, we read one of these fan fictions from start to finish.
We could just do a fan fiction episode where we just pick our favorite fan fiction.
Oh, the dumbest fan fictions we can find? Yeah, that's definitely happening.
Yeah, okay. You should tune in for that one. Coming in soon.
And speaking of dumb fan fictions, a man mailed himself from Australia to the United Kingdom.
What's that good to a fan fiction?
It's my fan fiction, Dan.
Oh, okay. I won't judge.
Torturing a man in a box from...
God.
But basically, this has happened in the 1965. And basically what happened was he was working in Australia abroad and he hated his job. So he decided he thought he couldn't go back to the United Kingdom because he was contracted for like 2 years. And so he decided to ship himself back to the UK, thinking it would only take a couple hours, which it was meant to do. He ended up being in the box for 5 days. And he also ended up in America.
Well, how does that happen? How are you still alive? How did you drink water? You can't go that many days without water.
He had water in there, and he
right.
had a little bucket or something to pee in. And there's like a photo of his little setup and everything. And he basically went crazy. He kept passing in and out. He went in deoxygenated areas, so like in cargo holds on planes and stuff. Like the air pressure got so low that he couldn't actually breathe. Somehow he's still alive, and this all happened in the 1960s. So this just came out.
Oh wow!
or at least it got picked up because something happened and it got looked into. And then apparently the Australian newspapers looked into it, and apparently he could have just gone home because he didn't have to do any of this because what happened was he thought he couldn't break his contract, so he just decided he'll ship himself. What happened was he got arrested, and that voided his contract, so he could have just gone home.
Wow. Okay.
So he didn't have to put himself through any of that.
That's insane.
Yeah.
How does that...
And imagine 1965 planes.
That must have been awful. The whole experience.
Yeah.
I mean, you do it all just for nothing.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, welcome to the human race, people.
Well, I think he only found out that he didn't have to do it like this year. Or,
wow.
Yeah. Because this was only discovered after the Australian news outlets found out about this story. And apparently the CIA and the FBI all turned up when he was in America because a person in the car shipping thing spotted an eyeball, and then they thought there was a dead body in it, and he was pretty much dead. So all of the FBI, CIA, a load of police turned up, and he was very, very confused and why was he in America? And then he got flown over back to the UK.
Wow.
Yeah.
But and let's end the episode on what if our hands evolve for gaming.
Yeah, so
some people have made some renders for gaming where your ring and your pinky finger are shortened and your index and middle finger are extended.
Yep.
And your thumb looks
if you want to please a lady, these are the hands.
Oh god.
Gamers unite. Gamers unite.
It looks really freaky. It's kind of disturbing me.
Yeah. The game console of the future also looks incredibly stupid with this bulbous, massive, chunky thing with loads of panels and flippers and
But part of me doesn't believe this is true because the game controller is designed by the hands we have now.
Yeah.
Look at the PS5 controller, for example. It's really comfy and it fits your hand.
Yeah.
So I don't see how this is true.
This is just a mock-up because scientists always like to say, hey, look, this is what would happen if evolution, we just evolved. This is rapid evolution. This isn't ever going to happen.
Oh, never. No chance. I mean, because everything we do gets designed closer and closer to what we already have. That's why humans haven't evolved for so long.
Yeah. But I imagine every woman out there is hoping secretly that men do slowly.
They also did reveal...
Or lesbians. Other women. There are gamer girls.
Reveal how many hours people play a week on gaming, depending on their age. And over 60-year-olds probably play a lot of video games.
Also doing a lot of fingering. No, I am serious. Retirement homes are notoriously full of sex people, sex.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're notoriously full because it's old people and they have nothing to do, so they all just bang each other. The STD rates in old people homes is astronomically high because they're all...
this?
I don't want to talk to you about my weekends.
Fair enough. I think we end it there. My brain has kind of died of the past 4 news topics, and you've just finished it off. So thank you for listening, everybody. Check out the description links in below. Check out our latest episode on our YouTube channel for The Falcon Winter Soldier. Check out our last week's TBO for Higher or Lower. It's on video. Check out the YouTube channel for the video. It was great fun. And we will see you on our Falcon and Winter Soldier review.
Yes, we'll see you this week and next week and the week after and many, many more, hopefully.
Yes, please stay with us. We need the sponsorship deal with VPN.
Make us legitimate podcasters. Get us a VPN deal. We'll see you Friday and next week. Bye.